No different than the foot rotation is the hand rotation. So one of the things I look for when I'm working on the hand is the ability to cross midline. And there's a midline here that comes along the hand. So no matter what I'm doing right now the hand does not want to cross that midline, which is fine. So in other words, I'm not getting it. So I'm just gently in between the ulna and the radius with my thumb, but I'm also on the base of the hand. So right there, I'm working with extension and rotation through the whole hand cavity around the wrist. So already right there, the wrist wants to cross midline. But one of the things I'm working on is having the wrist go up and the hand go down. So instead of having the hand just like this, I'm kind of working so the wrist is going up and down. A harder thing to do, and you'll see this more even with special needs or strokes, is the ability to drop the wrist below and above. You'll see like with strokes where the wrist wants to go, or CP, it wants to be fixed. But again, that's relationship to gravity and rotation through the system. So like, if I can't get just that wrist to rotate like the pelvis does, then there's going to be pain. So now that the wrist naturally wants to lie in a different position versus here, I'm gonna do something similar where my one hand is still on the base of the fingers. And notice I'm not grabbing the hand, I'm just, but again, it's still how the whole hand operates off of the wrist function. So right now what I'm starting to do is now add the twist through the hand. And this would be turning the doorknob, key in the car, that kind of thing. Whenever I'm touching anyone, my brain is always thinking of functional movement patterns. This is reaching for something. You'll see with infants, and then again, more so special needs, where the hand just wants to go that to grab versus that. Because, and especially when the child or anybody hasn't crawled, they're not used to that, where the body stays stationary and the hand can reach out. Obviously you crawled, the movement patterns are in there that just for whatever reason get traumatized and forgotten about. So now I'm kind of just in between the fascia tissue, going in the difference between the ulna and the radius. There we go. So right here, there's still a glitch. See the difference between here versus here. So now what I'm going to do is go around and sort of almost like a light pull through the hand. Pull meaning it's like a U shape. What's that? I don't know. What are you looking at? It's a ball? So now I'm just going to go, probably adjust my chair a little bit in the top part of the hand. And see also what's happening. It's hard to see on the camera. I can change it around. It's a really key point. So see when I move the hand, the finger should want to look to rotate over versus being sort of fixed, and then the wrist has to move around the fingers. So if I'm in here, so see how the fingers are dripping down to find the floor? Now curl your toes. See the difference? How I don't have the same movement in the fingers? Now let the toes go. as I would here. See how there's even right through here? So if I just took you by the fingers like here, called the princess grip, where I should just be able to roll through here.
Power sockets and lights and what?
So anyway, I'm going to come back to here with the metatarsals and see how I'm twisting. So through here, I twist. I kind of look at the twist as like just a dish towel. But see again, feel the fingers, how more so that they go down to the floor. Were you banned for life from the back room?
We used to stick you in there, not anymore.
So see now, feel how the wrist can circle. Once I have that circle, that I know you're available in all directions. This is a whole thing that I was just talking about with the kids. When that foot can roll, the body can go forwards and backwards. When that roll's not here. So just feel that if that helped with that. Well, I can go down the arm now. So see how the fingers are rotating on the floor? Does that make sense? So now I can go, and that's where I start in my work, look for glitches. Is there a spot in the arm where the fingers can't have, see right there. So here, see the difference? Here, and then I get right to here, and it's like, yeah, I don't think so. Arlie, come here.
Rise and shine.
There we go. Now your pelvis is going.
Green like the tree. I'm crazy about how let's sing along.
The other hand, everything's now doing the circles. Your head. Feel it?
Yeah.
Rise and shine.
So at this point, I know I can now lift your hand up and balance you just like I did the babies.
Bingo the dog.
So just feel, see I'm here, see, and you go right to your elbow. That's what I was doing with the babies. Do you feel that? So if I'm right here, see I can just, so now transfer hands, other hand in your face. Knee down. So see I haven't worked on this side. Feel the difference? I can still transfer your weight, but you feel the difference.
It's nice. Quick.
So switch hands. See the difference.
Sing along.
See how the head rolls more too? It's subtle because you move, but those are the principles when I talk about over the system and what to look for at work. So
Yeah.
now if I did that to her, because of the way her hand been spliced to her chest and all this sort of stuff, you'd really see a big difference. Do you want me to do your wrist? Okay, so we'll do you a little bit different before I start. So you're in the same position. So I haven't worked on her. Now, she hurt her hand, burnt it when she was a child, baby, and they taped it to the chest. So it really affected her crawl, no crawl. So see, her shoulder's going up, but she's not transferring. What, guys?
Oh, you guys. Just want to be in on the action.
So switch hands. I can't see. I can't even transfer. Feel the difference what I'm working on? So I'll work on this hand.
What?
So now I'm going to do a little bit different.
Okay.
So even this, how much you hold your hand.
I was getting a manicure once, and the lady said, "Oh my gosh, I've never felt somebody's hands that felt like rocks that were so tense and hard." Like, I don't know what to tell you. It just is what it is.
So the reason I'm working on you a little bit differently is because your hand cannot move around your lower arm to save your life. Just saying. So see how with this hand I cannot rotate her
Yeah.
lower forearm.
I feel like I can see it all through the arm that it looks pretty still.
Oh yeah. Everything we just talked about, if you had your hand splinted to your chest, let me tell you, your body develops a lot differently. Oh my
Here we
goodness,
go.
she needs tissues and everything now. Do you need help?
No, he's good.
She's had 3
He's
kids.
just jealous. My girls are 15 months apart. I did this all the time.
I used to hold my nephew like that, my niece like that, and the third one in the middle sometimes.
This is what I'd do when I'd go into Walmart. I'd cross their legs and hold them like this so they wouldn't slide down.
That's
Works so good. I'd be like, give me your feet, and
So-
they'd stick their
so-
legs up.
This is a big one. Now notice how the thumb does not want to come behind the fingers. So it's not that I'm looking for double jointed, but see how I'm not getting this kind of reaction to you. You want to just stay like this, like this. So that's what I'm working on.
I can see the elbow going now a little bit too.
Yeah, and the all in the radius. See how that's.
I tell everybody they should come here. Forget if you get fixed, it just feels incredible.
I know.
I'm like, never mind.
Like, oh,
Never mind the fabulous results. Like, just Michelle could touch you all day long. It feels so good.
I have one client was so cute. He's, because I think he was on vacation. He comes back. He goes, I really missed you. That didn't sound right.
well,
My body missed you. Because that didn't sound right. Let's just say I'm glad to be here. So now I'm going to go on the top part and start breaking up the fingers in a sense, because each finger does not have an individual patterning. So if I do this or do that, see how it's
all
sort
go
of like
together?
wedged together through here? So this is kind of what I call microsurgery without gloves. Or knives, I should say. There. That's the first time she's had extension. Do you see that? Not great, but she's got it.
It feels so weird.
We'll see now reaching for something. Versus here. See the difference? See the tonus here versus here.
yeah, it doesn't.
This is, and you can feel it. It's like knocking on the door versus a stretch. There we go.
Now, do you think, since she's been so used to doing it, like the stiffer way or whatever for so long, like, would you probably need this done a few times before it would be, like, will it go back to how it was, kind of?
No. Won't that it won't go back, but she needs her system done a few times, because just like I was explaining to you, if her hand can't roll over, see all this? See how the elbow never rolled?
Yeah.
So her rolling over, so now, here. I'm not going to show your hole, but just show now, put your weight on your elbow and roll over. See how that's a fall?
Supposed to do.
See how it's a fall? See, now the hand's confused too. It's not like it's,
Yeah.
so,
I can feel that like all the way through my back.
versus, so just looking at me and going, it's subtle stuff. Most people be like, what are you looking at?
Yeah.
But that's what we were just talking about with over the feet. There's no difference. That's why you have to start working with the human body as a system, a moving system, versus the foot, the hand, the
Isolated,
finger.
yeah.
And that's the problem with modern medicine and special needs. Now that's classic. So now feel this. That's the problem with modern medicine, I was going to say, versus what I do is, a cardiologist only deals with the heart. Gastro deals with, what I mean, where I go through the whole system. So now I'm back here. See? Feel how when I pull right through here, it's here, it's okay, but feel this part of the hand. And again, these are what I call like just glitches. Most people will go, well, why did that happen? I don't know, and I don't care why. I mean, I have a pretty good reason. Because again, she was taped. Now, if you were a baby 6 to 9 months and your arm was taped to your chest, look at how many systems are getting. So the big joke with Jenna was that she'd get robbed, somebody would kill her because if they said stick up your hands, she couldn't do it.
My hands, I want to like raise my hands to here.
So now she's all excited because she can put her hands over her head.
Oh, for like
There
the
we
first
go.
time. But this started because I fell in the hospital holding Arlie. And,
Like right after she was born.
yeah, we wasn't supposed to have her. And, I was holding her anyway, and I fell and rolled my foot under and broke a toe. And it just wouldn't heal. I ran into things all the time, and she's like, oh, it won't heal. Let me see your foot. And then she goes, that's not your foot. She's like, what did you do?
And she goes, I had my hands
shoulder.
strapped to her right foot to go with this. You think this wrist was bad? Oh my God, you should have seen the foot. It's on video. And I was like, oh, okay. So now what I'm going to do here, which is kind of interesting, I'm going to push through the hand, but through the elbow. So even though I've got total movement to function through the hand, my whole concentration is through the elbow. Because see, you're learning how to transfer your weight. This is what I'm talking about, how to roll through, transfer your weight. Transferring your weight. There, now the elbow is just starting to think about possibilities of roll. So you see how it's very similar what I did to your hand, but yet completely different. So now I'm going to go in this way on the ulna of the radius. Normally I go here, but I'm going to go on top of each bone because I'm looking for the ulna and the radius should spin within each other. Not when people have a problem, they spin off of one, you know, but not through each other. Does that make sense? So if I'm punching, I want my force to go through my arm, not like this or like this. And you'll see that where people have organization issues. So I'm here, so I want the bones to twirl within themselves. As if she had a stick through the arm. There we go. And see, now finally your shoulders are starting again. So now, I'm just using the width of my hand. Right now her shoulder doesn't want to come up.
And you're just lightly squeezing or
Not squeezing, I'm actually just looking for a lift like that. So if I touch her, it's like this. I'm not, I just want her to be, she's not used to being in this position, so I'm letting her breathe. And now I'm going to roll her back 10. And see, that's almost like a ball for her. She can't even support her chin. Because the arm didn't know how to extend. And what I'm going to do is just pull and push back. Because that's another thing she didn't learn as a baby, how to go up to her elbows. So now what I could do here to equalize this, is I can lightly pull her, and then I'm going to roll and push her back up. Don't help me. And roll and push her out, and roll to push her back in. You're not going to fall. You're on a chair across my table. But see how paranoid, like her
It's hard not to help.
So now I can come here and lift, and here and lift.
Oh, it's so different.
Yeah. Lift. Lift. There. Now the shoulders or girdles are going. That's it. And see, now the spine is separate from the arms.
Yeah.
It's a little, I haven't worked on this side, but so you can feel the difference. So now, see the thumb and the wrist. Yeah, cut your
the
hand.
elbow spine.
Her jaw's dropping. And there you go. Woo, let's see if she can do the wave. So now feel that.
Oh, that feels so good.
I'm not used to having the thumb.
Yeah.